Hello everybody, and yes, welcome back. It is me, zu-wii-mama, and today we've got another mob tutorial. And you might be thinking, well, what is this mob? Well, this is a mob from Minecraft Dungeons, and he's called the Chillager. So he's not actually been released yet because the Minecraft Dungeons update is not out yet, but I've seen this on the Minecraft wiki and I had to build him because he looked pretty cool, and I like all the pillagers anyway, so I figured he'd be a nice addition to the mobs. So yeah, that's the guy in the middle that we're talking about. He's got a blue coat on and he does look rather chilly, doesn't he? His face is a little bit blue, and yeah, it's got a nice little effect. I really actually enjoyed this mob. It's quite a nice little simple build as well. So without further ado, let's get down to the colours, shall we? $73 snow, 50 black concrete, 78 clay, 34 grey concrete, 53 cyan terracotta, 187 blue concrete, 608 blue wool, 60 cyan cyan wool should I say, sorry, 53 cyan concrete, 31 white concrete, and finally just 2 orange concrete. And I just want to say some of these numbers might not be 100% exact because I did have to count them all by hand, so I do apologise if they are slightly out. Okay, so get yourself a nice big area to work with, and we're going to go 2 high by 8. So 2 by 8 all the way across. Okay, looking good, looking like that. Once you've done that, switch to your grey concrete, and we're going to do a line of grey concrete all the way on top of that. Then switch to your cyan terracotta and do a strip all the way across. And then cyan concrete, again, we're going to do a strip all the way across. And then to top it off, we're going to go with the cyan wool, and we're going to do a 2 high strip all the way across. So you should have something looking like that. Okay, spinning on to the right hand side, switching to your black concrete again. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 blocks. And then what we're going to do now is just link this all the way to the other end, so you can bring that line all the way across, connect these corners like that. So it should be 2 high, remember, and it's all in black. Okay, so once you've done that, I need you to place 1 block there, and then you can bring that line all the way across again. So this section's 3 high. Okay, so you should have something looking like that. Okay, and this gap here, we're going to fill it in with grey concrete, and then you can bring the grey concrete up and then along the top of that black section we've already done, and then 1 in there like that. Okay, switching to our cyan terracotta again, we're going to push 1 there and then bring that across all the way across the top of the grey. There we go, and then 1 down there, looking good. And then same with the cyan concrete, we're going to just put 1 there this time, and then we're going to fill it in with cyan wool for the rest of the top. And it should all match up with the top of the first bit that we've already built on the front side. Okay, so we'll just do this quickly, fill that up there, and then that there, and then that little gap there is just a cyan concrete. So you should have something looking like that. Okay, so finding the dead center of the build, these 2 blocks here, I want you to bring it out by 1, so it should be overhanging the legs by 1, and then on top of that go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 blocks in total, including that first one that we placed already. And then switching to a white concrete, we're going to place 2 on top, and then cyan concrete 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and then back to our snow, we're going to go 1, 2 there. Okay, so on the right hand side of this, we're going to come up by 5 blocks of cyan wool. And on the opposite side, we're now going to use cyan concrete to come up to the same level. Okay, so it should be looking like that. Now with the cyan concrete in our hand, we're going to place 2 there, 1 on top, and then 1 to the right hand side. And we're going to replicate the same here, so 1, 2, 3, and then 1 sort of like that. Okay, looking good. Switching to our clay, we can now fill in these 2 gaps here and then do a line all the way across the top. Okay, so switching to our white concrete this time, we're going to go 1, 2 on the side. Okay, and then underneath here we're going to place 1 there like that. And we're going to do the same on the opposite side as well. So 1 in the corner and then 2 coming down like that. Switching now to our snow block, we're going to go pop under there. And then switching back to our white concrete, place 1, and then snow block 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 underneath. Back to a white concrete, 1, 2, switching back to a snow, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we're going to go 1, 2, 3 across and then 1 white concrete. There we go. So it should look something like that. Okay. On the opposite side, slightly different. We're going to go with our our snow there. God, I can't spit my words out. And then a white concrete in the corner. And then we're going to bring that snow block all the way down this time, all the way down until we get to the corner here. And you're going to place a white concrete. From that white concrete, we're going to go 1, 2, 1, 2 with the snow, and then a concrete on the end. So that should be overhanging the sides by 1 either side. Now switching to our blue concrete, we're going to place 2 here, and then we're going to go 1, 2 there as well, and then 1 in that corner. Then we're going to skip 2 blocks, and then on the third block we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks of blue, and then we're going to skip a block and go 1, 2, 3, 4 to the bottom, and then bring that all the way across to the edge of the build as well. So you should have something looking like that. And the opposite side, quite similar again, 2 on the ends, 2 on the end there, 1 in that corner, but instead of the 1, we're going to bring that all the way down until we get to that central point here. Skip 2 blocks, and then bring it all the way to the base, and then come across as well. Okay, so it should be looking like that. And don't worry too much if that isn't exact, because it all adds to the effect. And then switching to our blue wool now, all we're going to do is literally from corner to corner, we're going to just connect all that up, and we're just going to fill it all in with blue wool. So you should have something looking like that. Okay, so now spinning on down to the bottom here, along the bottom where the white is, we're going to put, from here, go 1, 2 white snow, then back to your white concrete, and then a snow, and then a concrete again. Going back to your blue concrete, do a line all the way across the top there. Okay, and then we're going to do 2 like that. Okay, so now on top of this, we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4 with the wool, and then all you need to do is everything across, you're going to bring it all the way up to 4, so it should all be in a nice uniform line, apart from this end column that you're going to bring all the way up to the top, and it's going to be in line with the top of the body here, and we're actually going to put 1 of the concrete on top, so you should have something looking like that. Okay, and all we're going to do is pretty much replicate the exact same thing on the opposite side. So spin on round to the other side, and you can copy it across. So we're going to use our 2 snow again, if you remember, and then we're back to a 1 white concrete, a snow, and then a concrete again, and then get our blue, and then we're going to wrap it all the way across the top with 2 in the center there, and then bring everything up by 4 all the way across. And yeah, very simple. You can do is just look across to what you've already previously done. That's quite an easy thing to do. And then that last one on top is just going to be a concrete. So there we go. Should have 2 sides looking exactly the same at this point. Looking good. Look at that. Okay, so looking good so far. So what we're going to do now is just going to fill in all these gaps that we got going on. So we're going to use our blue concrete, and across the top here, we're just going to link that up like so. And underneath, we're going to again pull that blue all the way across. And then I want you to use 1 blue wool, and then a line of concrete, and do that on the opposite side as well. I don't know what I was thinking here, but yeah, we need a wall there as well. So you should have 2 wool and then a row of concrete. So you should have something looking like that. Okay, at the base of the build this time, we're going to go from that blue here. We're going to pull that blue all the way across to the other side. So then blues are connecting. Then we're going to do 2, miss 3 blocks, and do another 2. And then we're going to now go underneath. We're going to do the white part of the section. So we're going to do 3 concrete, followed by a 2 snow, followed by a concrete again, and then 2 snow. And all I want you to do now is literally get your blue wool and then fill all the way to the very top with blue wool. So I've just speeded things up a little bit because it's a bit boring watching me placing all that blue, but you should have something looking like this. We have not got much of the build left to do now, so we've done the feet, we've done most of the body now. We just need to whack the eyes, the arms, and the head on. So what we're going to do now is spin onto the right, and from this big gaping hole that we got, we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4 with our clay, and then bring that to the other side, and you can link that up. So it should be 4 by 4 by 4 all the way around, so it's like a big square at the minute. Then we're going to go up again, so it's going to be a 2 high of I keep forgetting what it's called, 2 high of clay, looking like that. Then you want to switch to a cyan concrete, and we're going to do a layer all the way around like so. You don't need to worry about the inside because then parts are going to be covered up. Using our white concrete, place 2 on either side, and then with the snow we're just going to actually connect that all the way around to the other side, so you should have something like that. And now what we're going to do now, blue concrete, We're going to go 1, 2, and then go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, all the way up to the top basically, okay, don't really need to count, and then 2 on the top like that, okay, and we're going to do the same on the other side, so 2, and then bring that line all the way up to the top of the build, and then 1, 2 like that. Okay, so this should be overhanging. And what you're going to do now is literally switch to your blue wool, and we're going to fill it in. So we're going to fill all the way across, and obviously don't go any further afield than what we've already built. So just keep within those boundaries that we've already built, so the arm should come up nicely like that. On the top, you can fill that in with some wool looking like that. And there we go, that's one arm done. And underneath, just need to pop a little bit of clay just to finish that bit off. And there we go, look at that, looking good. And all we're going to do now, yes, you've probably already guessed it, we're going to actually switch on round to the left-hand side and do the left arm. So it's going to be exactly the same. So on the inside here, we're going to do our clay. We're going to come out by 4, and then across by 4, and then back in by 4. So it's a 4 by 4 sort of cube. Come up 2 high like so, and then switch in to our cyan concrete, do a row all the way around, whip that all the way to the other side like that, looking good. White concrete, 2 there and 2 on the other inside. Back to our snow, and then we can connect that all the way around like that. Back to our blue concrete, go 1, 2, and then bring that line all the way up to the top of the build, and then 2, 1 there, and then, oh, I missed a block there, look, I've not even noticed it. Damn, I recorded this obviously first, and then I did the voice after, so I've just realised I've made a few building errors there. But remember, you just need to add that blue, 2 lots of blue on the arm there, okay? And you should have, and then underneath, obviously, just fill those in as well. And I've actually corrected it on the build, as you can see. So there we go. I make mistakes all the time. Right, there we go, looking nice, isn't it? Right, so all we need to do now is bang on this baby's head, and we are all done. We are all done. Okay, so before we move on to the head, I just want you to knock out these 2 blocks there and put 2 concrete in its place, and do the same on that side as well. Okay, now what we want you to do is from that blue block here, we're going to go 1, 2, and then put a snow. So it should be overhanging the front by 2. Bring that line all the way across, and then overhang the back by 2, and then bring it all the way across the back, and again bring it all the way to the front. Remember, overhang by 1 blue and then 1 white, so it should be a total of 2 blocks overhanging from the front and 2 blocks overhanging from the back. Okay, now what I want you to do is use your snow and cut them up by a total of 6 white blocks. That's including that base one that we've already did, and then bring a line of blue all the way up as well, and then 1 on top. Then next to that, I want to go 1, 2, 3, and then I just want you to put 1 there like that. And all I want you to do now is literally spin on around to the other side and replicate the exact same thing. So from here, we're going to do 6 white blocks in total, that is, including that base one, 1 blue block on top, and then a row all the way adjacent to that. Come up by 3, and then place 1 on the end there. So you should have 2 sides looking exactly the same. Now with the blue wool, I want you to go 1, 2, 3 on top. And now you can bring that all the way across and obviously meet this corner. So you can bring this corner all the way up as well. And then all you're going to do now is literally fill in all the space here with blue wool. Okay, very nice and simple that is, isn't it? And it should just make one big sort of cube. And you're going to do that exactly the same on the opposite side as well. So you should have 2 sides looking exactly the same, all with wool filled in, connecting all the corners. You can now also spin on around to the back and connect both sides up so it's all one piece, and also do the same on the top as well. So all you're doing is just filling it all up with a blue wool, and by the time you've done that, you should have something looking like that. So it's a big basically cube really, all connected up with wool, looking very nice. So what I want you to do now is get your snow, and from this one here you want to do 1 snow and then 1 diagonal, and then bring it all the way across and do the same on the other side. So that blue spot there, you can place 1 snow next to it, and then go back to your blue concrete and 1 there, a line all the way across and 1 there, and these gaps you could just fill in with some wool. There we go, that's sort of the hood section of the build. Okay, so from the inside of the build here, so 1 block in from the side here, you're going to go cyan terracotta, cyan concrete, terracotta, then concrete on top, and then I want you to switch to your grey concrete, do 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 1 across the bottom there. And we're going to replicate the exact same on this side, so cyan terracotta there and there, followed by cyan concrete there, and then get your grey concrete, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 1 across the bottom. So you should have something looking like that. Now switching to your clay, I want you to just bridge that across there, and across the top as well you can fill it all in with clay. Okay, so you should have something looking like that. Very nice. Now I want you to get your cyan concrete and go 2 in that gap there. Cyan wool underneath of that. Now switching to an orange concrete, one there either side. That's going to be the eyes, and then a snow block either side of that. And there we go. So that's the fella's eyes. They look pretty mean, don't they? With your clay, I want to go 1, 2, 3, 4, and replicate that on the other side. So underneath the eyes, and then down the side of the cheeks there. So with your cyan terracotta now, in this big gaping hole that you can see in front of you, we're going to go. We're just going to bring this out by 2. And then it's going to come down by 4 in total. So it's essentially a rectangle, which is 2 by 4. Okay, so it comes down, there you go, by 4, and it's 2 wide. There we go, look at that. So that's the nose, and I want you to then just get some grey concrete and just fill in that hole there, and this little section there, which is part of the mouth. And voila, there we go. We've got ourselves a Chillager. I just need you to switch to some blue first of all, concrete, and just fill in that gap round the back there just to finish off the build, and that's it. There we go. Congratulations, you've got yourself a Chillager. I hope you enjoyed that video. I've been zu-wii-mama, and I will see you on the next one. Bye.